What's up, Savages? Welcome back to another episode of the Savage MMA Show.
Right, after a week-long hiatus.
Yeah, man, had to take the week off. I flew up to Chicago for a job interview, and that kind of put us off on Tuesday.
Thought you died on me.
Thought I died? No way, man.
Yeah, I thought you died on me, you know?
Man, I
Savage MMA Show.
had a headache when I came back, and I just went to sleep.
Then you passed out.
Yeah, man, that had some issues on my flight back, dude.
What happened?
So we were pushing back, from the gate, getting ready to take off down the runway.
Right.
And all the power goes out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know, dude. They had to tow us back up there. And they're like, it's the auxiliary power. We can still fly like this. And I'm like, fuck no, bro.
I'm like, get me off of this motherfucker. I don't want to do this.
Well, the thing is, man, like when the power goes out, the AC goes out.
Right.
So I'm sitting here getting hot as a motherfucker. So maintenance comes and works on it for like a solid hour, maybe more. So we're still sitting on the plane while maintenance works on the thing.
My God. They wouldn't let you off?
No, dude. And then eventually they got the AC going back again after about half an hour. But
that's a lot of hot, nasty ass people in the same fucking vicinity.
I know it, dude.
Yeah, bro.
This is after I've been sitting at the airport for 3 hours.
Yeah, which sucks.
Which sucks, but you never know. Especially at a big airport like O'Hare, you don't know how long this fucking security line's going to be.
Oh, no doubt.
So they get that shit fixed, and then the captain comes over the fucking intercom, Good news, the power is fixed. Bad news, there's lightning in the area and we can't take off yet. So, we're sitting there for about another, 30 to 45 minutes before we get the okay to take off.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky I even got home that night, man.
I was about to say, I'm surprised you even made it back.
Well, apparently there were only 2 flights back in Knoxville. I was on American, and there was one through United. And when we got back, the woman at the desk said the United flight got canceled. I guess right after we took off, the storm came back, and it was in full force. So I'm lucky we got out of there when we did, man.
Nice.
Fuck, what you been up to, homie?
Man, not a lot. Just damn near winning big money on DraftKings.
Oh, coming close? Which one do you come close on?
Same old bullshit, bro. Same old, man. PGA Championship, I was damn close. And,
our boy Murph was at the PGA Championship.
Oh, nice.
He's on TV.
So you got to take it?
He was at the dude that dropped the hole in one.
Oh, yeah.
He was at the green when it went down.
Nice.
He's on TV, holding his beer in the air when the hole in one dropped. It's pretty legit.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't notice it either. He showed me a picture of it. I guess one of his friends had it recorded or something.
Yeah, man. Capca is a ball.
Yeah, man.
People need to take notes. I've been on him for years, man. He's been somebody I thought was going to be special. He's just doing what I thought he would do.
Yeah, he's a big dude too. He's
winning NASCAR too, and then Ty Dillon, my value play.
Oh, what did he hit, dude?
He get out of the fucking way of a battery or something in the middle of the fucking road.
I saw that.
So, he hit it head on too, and he had a lot of time to move out of the way, and he hit it head on. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. We move on.
It happens, man.
Football, baby.
Man, football's coming fast.
Yeah, it is. 1 week, we're only a couple weeks out.
MMA's on hiatus.
Yeah, what the fuck? Do we have anything to talk about today?
Yeah, there's some Bellator fights this weekend.
There's Bellator, right? But that's it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
There's no wait, isn't there PFL?
Yeah, there is PFL, but I don't really know who's fighting on PFL.
Yeah, we saved that for Friday anyway.
Yeah, we'll see what happens on PFL.
PFL was mediocre to terrible last time, so they're going to have to bounce back.
Yeah, it's been better, man.
I've been using my UFC Fight Pass to my advantage, and I've been watching a fight a day on there. Just random fights. Like I'm talking like maybe one day I'm watching Cub Swanson and Brian Ortega. The next one I'm watching, our boy the Russian Goat fighter. I'm just switching it up. And one dude I have vastly underrated, and I absolutely love after watching him fight. I watched a couple of his fights. Darren Till is a fucking savage, bro.
Honestly, I've not watched him that closely. I've seen most of his fights.
He is absolutely one of the most unorthodox fighters. Like, he throws crazy punches and kicks and all kinds of, like, he is going to be a dangerous problem for Tyron Woodley. Like, Woodley's going to have to really bring it.
The problem is the pressure. Like, he pushes so hard.
Oh, yeah. He's got that Colby Covington pressure, but I think he's more dangerous because of some of his, like, ridiculous, just unpredictability that he has.
Well, the main thing is Colby doesn't possess the boxing that Darren Till has.
Oh, hell no. Darren Till is world class.
But also, at the same time, Darren Till can't wrestle like Colby Covington, so.
So did you watch that Darren Till Wonder Boy fight?
Yeah, we talked about that on the show.
That fight was excellent. Like, I didn't get to watch, like, I watched it in snippets. I watched it again I think it was like either Sunday or Monday. Man, that fight was awesome.
That was a damn even fight. I thought I scored it Wonder Boy, but it was more or less it was a draw.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Darren Till and Tyron Woodley even more now after kind of watching Darren Till do work.
Well, that card in itself is not the greatest card.
No, but it's not the worst.
But at the same time, there's some exciting things to look for on the card.
Correct.
Like even down to the early prelims, we've got Jim Miller fighting again. Okay, whatever. But Diego Sanchez, I think might be his last fight. He's still fighting, by the way.
Is he going by the Nightmare or is he going by the Dream? Because he changes it like every other year.
I thought he was always the Nightmare.
He changed. No, for a little while he went on a weird trip where he was like calling himself Diego the Dream Sanchez, and I think it was like the worst time in his career.
So since there's not a lot of fights to talk about, I pulled up some interesting ones that are off the radar. And while we're on it, we're on this card, so I'll throw this one from this card on there. Very underrated fight, man. So the Woodley versus Till prelims, the second fight on the FX prelims, is Abdul Razak Al Hassan.
Ooh, I like him.
Remember him?
I do. He's nasty.
Versus Nico Price.
Ooh, the Price is Right.
Yeah, the hybrid Price is Right, Nico Price.
I love watching that guy fight.
That's a good fight, man. That's a really good fight.
Nico Price is one of the most, like, entertaining dudes. Like,
remember last time we saw him, he was throwing such unorthodox stuff.
Yeah, crazy.
And then Hassan landed a vicious knockout. That was back on that Stipe and Ngannou card because it was a rematch with Sabah Hamasi.
Right.
And there was some bad blood in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good fight, man.
Yeah, it's a highly underrated, but going to be a very damn good, entertaining fight.
Also on the prelims is a fight that's not really gotten a lot of coverage. I've not heard anybody talking about this. Aljamain Sterling versus Cody Stamann.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
Two completely opposite dudes, and Cody Stamann is a monster.
Right, and isn't Aljamain on kind of a little bit of a win streak?
He's on a heater right now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah, I mean he won the last fight decisively, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he beat Brett Jones. His only loss in his last 4 fights is to Marlon Moraes, who's a title contender at the moment. So,
Right.
I mean, he has a win over Brett Johnson, Henan Barrow recently, and we all know what Henan Barrow is.
Henan Barrow is a legend.
Exactly. And then as far as that main card, there is an excellent fight on that main card that we've not. Actually, there's 2 in a row. So this card is Woodley versus Till, but it's a women's showcase. All on the main card, we have Carla Esparza versus Tatiana Suarez.
It's about time because, like, I feel like a lot of the cards lately have not had a lot of women on them.
Yeah, you're right, man. Usually one fight
in the women's department. Yeah, I mean, there's been 1 or 2, but like there's not been any like predominant women cards. And you and I love watching the women fight, man. They're legit.
3 of the 5 fights on this card, on the main card, are women. You got Nico Montano versus Valentina Shevchenko. Good fucking luck there.
Oh, Jesus.
We're all predicting a murder show.
That one, if it makes it out of the first round, it's a win for Montano, as far as I'm concerned.
But besides that, you have the undefeated Tatiana Suarez up against Carla Esparza.
Cookie Monster,
and she looked really good in her last fight. She took a loss to Claudia Gadelha, but that was a hell of a fight.
Well, that's nothing to be ashamed about. Claudia Gadelha is one of the best.
No way. She's looking the best she's looked. That's a pretty good fight. But then you got Jessica Andrade versus Carolina Kowalkiewicz.
Jesus. Women's showcase.
That's such a high level women's fight there.
Fantastic.
Really good. Yeah, so I had to pull a few to excite you.
Now, is this the next pay-per-view?
It is the next pay-per-view. It's the last pay-per-view before
Khabib and Conor?
Khabib and Conor.
Oh, fuck yeah. Can't wait.
So, I got a couple.
Then we have James Vick and Gaethje, not this weekend, but next weekend, right?
Yeah, and the blood is not good.
Yeah.
Did you see that exchange?
I have not. Did they get into it?
Oh, my God. You missed it.
Yeah, I did miss it, totally.
Oh, yeah, they got into it bad at the press conference.
Wonder what happened. It seemed like they were respectable.
Gaethje saying, like, are you going to stand in here and bang with me and give these people what they want?
Uh-huh.
James Vick says, I'm not a fucking retard, bro.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's...
He says, you can't do that. He says, you take 15 significant strikes a minute, I'm going to knock you out. But I'm not going to stand in the middle like a retard.
You take 15 significant strikes in a minute, bro.
He says, I'm going to retire you. You've been fighting World Series of Fighting, beating up tomato cans.
Tomato cans?
That's what he said, dude.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
He said, I'm going to end your career.
I like it. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it got a little heated. And it was funny.
Those are 2 of our boys, too. Like, that's going to be a tough one to pick between.
Yeah, I know which way I'm leaning, but...
Oh, I know which way I'm leaning, too, after what I've seen the last couple fights, but yeah.
Like, it's funny. Shevchenko is sitting in front of James Vick. And her facial...
I forget they have them all like lined up together talking shit. That's right.
Yeah, her facial expression while James Vick is just when he drops the retard thing, she's just like, oh God. It was pretty funny.
Great. I'll have to check it out. I'll definitely
rocking a bit of a cold right now if you can't tell.
Yeah, I can tell. I hope you're not getting sick.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to hit it head on before it gets to be a thing, but we'll see.
Yeah, I remember one of those was really funny too. With it, I think it was like Kevin Lee and Michael Chiesa, and I think one of them was talking about the other one's mom. It's funny.
Vic is actually the betting favorite right now.
Wow, that's a little surprising. But
yeah,
But if you think about it, Vegas likes to go for the winners, and Vic has been on the tear, and Gaethje's lost, what, 2 in a row now?
3.
3. Jeez. If he wasn't an entertaining fighter, he probably would have already got
3. You may be right. It may only be 2.
Well, he lost to Alvarez, and he lost to
You're right. He's only lost 2. He's lost 2 of his 3 fights in the UFC.
And then he won that amazing fight against Michael Johnson, right?
Yeah, James Vick's right, though, man.
Oh, no, he takes way too much damage.
Way too much.
And James Vick is too dangerous of a fighter to let, he could put him to sleep quick.
James Vick wasn't even joking. I've got it pulled up, and Gaethje takes 10.6 significant strikes per minute.
I mean, it makes for entertaining fights, but it doesn't last for a long. It's amazing he's been able to fight this long in his career.
Well, then he was talking shit. Gaethje was like, "Dude, I've made more money in bonuses in my last 3 fights than you've made your entire career."
Ooh, always a low blow when you talk about money.
Yeah.
Oof.
So that's
James Vick's my dark horse to go to Bellator if UFC doesn't get their shit together with him.
Speaking of Bellator, we'll jump into some other news. Did you see any of the stuff where Dana White was talking about Eddie Alvarez?
Oh, no. What'd he do?
He said Eddie's at a point where he needs to, this is his last contract probably, and he needs to do what's right for his family. He said if he wants to sign with UFC, I'll re-sign him, but if he wants to go somewhere else, I understand.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought Eddie Alvarez was still putting on pretty significantly entertaining fights. Last time I checked.
I'm good with him, man.
I mean, he put on a show against Poirier. Abby going ape shit right now?
Yeah, man, I'm going to have to shut the door on her. I don't know what she's up to.
Being a savage.
As always. So do you think Nate Diaz is going to fight or not?
Not after what we saw in the video when he walked off the stage.
Yeah, I think he'll end up fighting, though.
Oh, so real quick, before we jump into are we going to go to Bellator? But we need to talk about, you were telling me yesterday in the text, you said they added some people to the Khabib Conor card?
Oh, yes. Sean O'Malley is fighting Jose Quinones.
Who's Quinones?
The fuck if I know.
So basically they're just going to show the Sean O'Malley showcase. Is what
the Sugar Show is coming to UFC 229. They're saying he was targeting a fight with Alejandro Perez, but Perez is out with an injury. So Quinones is 7-2.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got that fight, and we have Ovince St. Preux. Our boy, he's added to that card. He's fighting down. Even after that win he's coming off of.
He gets no respect.
I can't remember who he's fighting. Oh, he's fighting another. He's trying to take another 0.
Oh, so he's fighting another young up-and-comer?
He's fighting Dominic the Devastator Reyes.
Okay. Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, he's coming off a win over Jared Cannonier recently. If you remember, I think I picked Jared Cannonier in that fight.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was a few months back. But, yeah, OSP just took Tyson Pedro 0, and he's trying to take Dominic Reyes.
He's on young man destruction alert, what he's doing.
Yeah, so we got that. So
he needs to get more respect, though. Like, if he wins this fight, they better give him, like, a much better opponent.
Yeah, I agree.
It's been a little ridiculous with OSP, man. Like, he fights, like, what seems like every other month, and he's just not getting the respect that he deserves.
So, Paulo Costa in an interview recently.
Oh, God.
It says Robert Whittaker's not that good. He says, ask about Robert Whittaker, he says his skills is not so good. In striking, he says, yeah, striking, wrestling, or jiu-jitsu. That's just a regular fight for me.
Man, I'm telling you right now, if Costa fought Bobby Nuts would fuck his ass up so bad.
I see where he's coming from, though. Whitaker is not elite at anything.
Well, he's not, but he's polished at everything. But he's good at he's not great. Like, I get that assessment, yes. But sometimes that's all it takes to be a champion. Like, you don't have to be the most athletic, the most skilled. I mean, you can have a combination of balanced approach with every single thing and be good at everything and still be good enough to win the title.
And he is.
And Bobby Nuts also has so much heart. He got annihilated by Yoel Romero in that last fight, and he just kept on coming forward. And Romero was throwing, he was throwing some of the heaviest punches I've ever seen in an octagon fight. And, he just kept on coming with it. You know, he didn't seem rattled at all by it. And I think he would do the exact same thing to Paulo Costa, except Robert Whitaker would straight knock out Paulo Costa. Straight TKO, probably in the first, second round, just like Yoel Romero is probably going to do to him.
Yeah, I feel like Yoel Romero's going to beat Paulo Costa, and he's going to beat him pretty easily, honestly.
Something tells me Yoel Romero, even though he's 85 years old, is got a lot of time left. And I just think with his physical abilities, I feel like he's still got a lot of time left in the octagon, even though he's old as shit.
Well, I'm going to tell you something else.
What's up?
We're just talking about Dana White and Eddie Alvarez, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a quote from Dana White on another subject, and you'll find this one interesting. I don't know why Stipe always feels like we're disrespecting him, which we're not. We have a lot of respect for Stipe. I think he feels like it took him a very long time to get his title shot, and he felt like it took longer than it should have. Every time I turn around, he feels disrespected. He's anything but disrespected, complete opposite. I don't know.
Huh. I vehemently disagree with all of that.
Yeah, and then he goes on to say, obviously, you saw that we set up the fight with Cormier to fight Brock. That would have Stipe, if Stipe won the fight, it's no disrespect to Stipe, it's just something that was in place before that fight even happened.
That's trash.
Yeah.
So, even though you clean out a division, you work your ass off. He was a nobody. Stipe was like a no-name fucking dude in the UFC.
He was. Nobody gave him a real...
He came all the way up the ladder, each and every fight. I don't even know how many fights he had till he got a title shot. But he won the motherfucking title. Cleaned out every single elite. He beat all the elite fighters. Every single heavyweight he was thrown at, he beat. Gets knocked out by DC in a fluky punch. And he hadn't been... I feel like Stipe hadn't fought in a while. He fought Ngannou, but, felt like it was a pretty long layoff for him, too, because there was nobody for him to fight, really. And he fights DC, loses, and instead of getting an automatic title shot, which every single person should, every fighter, no matter who they are, if they defend their title a couple of times over again, they should get an automatic title shot. It should be in the contract. It's crazy. And then he gets surpassed because of money. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. He got surpassed because there's a big paycheck in the UFC future with Brock Lesnar, who, by the way, hasn't fought since he got busted for steroids last time he was in the octagon, and I'm pretty sure he lost that fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, and he won. He beat Mark Hunt. He took him to the ground and laid on him.
Oh, but it was a trash fight. Both of Mark Hunt and Lesnar looked awful. And I was
going to say, if you want to get right down to the numbers of it,
right.
Brock Lesnar's last fight was a win over Mark Hunt, who's currently ranked number 8.
Right.
In between Stipe and we'll call Brock Lesnar number 8, Derek Lewis, Curtis Blades, Francis Ngannou, Alexander Volkov, Alistair Overeem, and Junior Dos Santos. Brock Lesnar can't beat any of those fucking dudes except Francis Ngannou.
And I'm not so sure about that one either. I think Ngannou could put Lesnar away.
I mean, there's a possibility.
Like, they're not much different, like as far as skills go. Like they're not too far away.
I don't know, man.
It's a joke. I mean, we've been bitching about it ever since it happened. It's a joke. Like, he does not deserve a title shot.
Well, let's talk about a couple other guys returning. How about some guys returning from injury?
Yeah. Who's coming back?
Derek Lewis, baby.
Welcome back.
He says he got those shots in his back, and he should be good to go. He said he got like 20 shots in one spot, like some kind of steroid. I'm guessing it was probably cortisone shots.
That sounds awful. That sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah. He said he should be good for like 10 to 12 months.
Sweet. So we'll probably see him again pretty soon then.
Yeah, well, I've got some news on when we're going to see him next.
Uh-oh. We have an opponent?
Yeah, at UFC 229.
They're going to run back the Ngannou fight?
So, Derek Lewis is going to throw down on, take a guess, the Khabib versus Conor card.
No. What?
Versus Alexander the fucking Stingray Volkov.
Oh, hell yeah. What a card this is shaping out to be.
They pulled this card out of their ass.
Yeah, I'm impressed, though. Like, I have to give them props for this one. This one is looking very nice.
It's looking like it's reached must-buy status.
Oh, I'm 100% in. I'm buying that one. I'm not even going to think about that.
I mean, when you throw Sean O'Malley and OSP on a card, it may not move the needle for your average fan, but for us, it's going to throw it up there.
And then you throw in Volkov and Derek Lewis, two guys I really like. Oh, hell yeah.
All right, so...
That's an interesting one. I think if Volkov wins against Derek Lewis, like, you've got to at least entertain the idea of getting the next title shot.
Oh, I agree on that, but what about Stipe?
Well, Stipe and Volkov should probably be the honest, are the two number one contenders.
Stipe deserves a rematch, number one.
Well, agreed. But, how long is Cormier going to fight for?
I don't know. This is his last fight. He said Lesnar's his last fight.
So the title's going to get relinquished.
So Stipe honestly shouldn't fight until then.
So it should be Stipe and Volkov sometime next year, probably.
And if he's saying that, if Cormier, he's already said that. So if they're going to they need to go ahead and schedule the fight with Lesnar, right?
Right.
Then at that point, they need to strip DC of the light heavyweight title and put that motherfucker on the line.
Agreed. Should have already done it.
And then after the Lesnar fight, Stipe needs to fight the winner of Lewis and Volkov. It's pretty simple, cut and dry, man.
Or if Derek, I don't know, Derek Lewis is kind of questionable because of the Ngannou thing that knocked him out of I think he should have to win one more. I think that, let's say if Derek Lewis beats Volkov, that Derek Lewis should have to fight Curtis Blade.
Okay, I can agree to that.
And then Curtis Blade, whoever wins that one, should get the title. Or, because if Volkov's got nothing left to prove, man. If he wins Derek Lewis, I mean, there's a strong argument that he deserves the next shot.
Or if the absolute shocker goes down and Lesnar wins, then Stipe fights Lesnar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, with all the shit that Lesnar's talked, I'm sure Stipe would be loving that opportunity.
Oh, yeah. So, the last bit of news, and this is a big one, considering the title being on the line between Khabib and Conor.
Mm-hmm.
4 months and 1 day after surgery, El Cucuy, Tony Ferguson, has been cleared to return to the octagon.
Oh, shit. So what do you think happens? Do you think he gets an automatic title shot after the winner of this one, or do you think he's going to fight somebody before that?
I don't know, man.
Maybe
I don't know.
Rematch with Kevin Lee? I don't know. Like, who's he around?
Kevin Lee and Poirier.
That'd be cool. Oh, what about Poirier and Tony Ferg?
As a title eliminator?
as a title eliminator / number one contender.
I think Tony Ferg should get a title shot instantly because he was the champion already.
Well, he truly never lost it. Like he got him. I mean, we talk about it seems like every week. The guy lost it on a promotion to the UFC. Like, how do you penalize the guy that was doing his job for you, and then you take away his title because he injured? He just turned around to talk to somebody and like tweaked his knee in the wrong spot. Fucking like, what did he do? Tear his meniscus or something?
ACL, I think.
Yeah, tore his ACL. Like, how are you going to penalize the guy when he was just promoting your company? Like, that's crazy.
Well,
like,
the
to
other
put
thing,
that in perspective, that would be like if you and I were working a job, just got a raise, and got hurt on the job, and then they were like, you know what? I'm taking this raise away from you, and you're going right back to the bottom, like to your normal job. Like, what the fuck does that's absolutely asinine.
Oh yeah, you're no longer the manager, by the way. You're an entry-level employee.
Yeah, drop. So you got hurt, on our watch, and it's our fault, but we're totally going to put you down to the bottom of the ladder again.
To be honest, if we want, he has been stripped. He doesn't have the title.
Right.
And if you want to play by the rules, if you want to follow your rules to a T, the rule is that you have to defend it within 12 months.
Right.
He won the title on October the 7th last year. Legitimately, he wouldn't have to defend the title for 2 more months, so he should still be the champion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why he's not.
It is asinine, man.
Then Khabib wins basically a paper title belt, but I'm not knocking Khabib because Khabib deserves to be a champion as well, but Tony should never lost it.
I agree.
So as far as I'm concerned, if Khabib runs through Conor, which we probably both think he will, and then Khabib and Tony have to be the next fight. It's not even a negotiation.
Who are the other guys are there any other guys you think stand a decent shot at beating Khabib? There's only one other guy besides Tony for me because I don't think Poirier stands a chance.
No, Poirier doesn't match well with him because what would happen with Poirier is Khabib would put him on the ground and then he would never get back up again.
I think Kevin Lee...
I was going to say Kevin Lee is a very sneaky pick because Kevin Lee held his own against Tony Ferguson with his staph infection.
Right.
So, we don't know what we saw. As far as Kevin Lee could be a lot better than what we even saw. I think Kevin Lee's a stud. I'm very impressed by what I've seen out of Kevin Lee. So, yeah, I would give him a shot against Khabib for sure.
Yeah.
He's going to wait his turn, though. He can't jump Tony Ferguson. Ferguson beat him, so therefore I always give the tiebreaker to the guy who's beat you. If you beat a guy, you should automatically get the title shot over that guy.
Tony,
100%.
man, Tony has won his last 10 fights.
Yeah. And we talk about it, again, every week, but Khabib is a matchup nightmare for everyone in the UFC minus Tony Ferguson. Because in my opinion, I think Tony Ferguson's a matchup nightmare for Khabib.
Yeah.
It's a different situation because you can't. All right, Khabib can put Tony on the ground, but hey, Tony's fine with that. Tony will throw crazy ass elbows and all kinds of weird shit on him.
That's why. Yeah, that's why Tony has a better shot against Khabib than anyone else. I feel like Conor's going to be like Edson Barboza, man. If he doesn't knock him out, I think he's going to get mauled. There's no way, absolutely no way, he's going to be able to handle that kind of pressure on the ground. Unless during this long layoff we've seen from Conor, he's made a marked improvement in his jiu-jitsu game. I just don't see it. I just don't think he's that focused. I don't see it either. I don't see. He's too cocky of a guy, man, to be like, oh, I need to polish my game up. He's probably like, no, I'm good. And he's going to get in there and just get fucking mauled. Yeah, he's more like, I'm the man. Yeah, no, he thinks he's the shit. He's probably not even training hard, and he's going to think he can just come in there and beat Khabib. And Khabib's probably going to be wrestling bears, right? He's probably wrestling bears as we speak. He's probably wrestling a full-grown bear right now as we speak. Probably. Yeah, Khabib's the man.
And, I mean, Conor's going to have a hell of a problem.
Hold on, you're not going to trash talk Khabib like you did after the Al Iaquinta fight?
No, because, like, I like Khabib so much that whenever he doesn't perform up to his lofty standards, I get mad. And that was what happened after the Al Iaquinta thing. Like, I was just so disappointed in him because I thought he should have just wrecked Al Iaquinta. But we should have thought like this. He had, 2 days to prepare for a guy that he probably didn't even actually know existed?
Yeah.
So, like, what did we expect? You know, we should have probably been a little less harsh. Me being the main guy I'm talking about here.
Yeah, dude, you went way too hard on him. I even told you to chill it out.
I know. I couldn't help myself, though, because, like, I expect greatness. Like, I think Khabib's one of the greatest, like, UFC fighters of all time.
Oh, no doubt he is.
So, like, you have to – I want to see a showcase. Like, I want to see him fight like he did at Barbosa, like, against every person he fights. You know, like, that's what I want to see out of him. And the only time I probably won't cheer for him is if Tony Ferg. So, like, I'm a big Khabib fan. So I was just disappointed in him, so I went off the deep end and started saying some ludicrous shit.
You did, man. I had to reel you back in. It took you a few weeks after that to really...
Oh, yeah. I was pissed. I mean, we sat there and watched that fight together, and I was just, like, you remember me. I was just, like, frustrated. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I know, man. You were going way too hard.
Yeah. But, I mean, I've cooled off, and I've thought about it, and, like, yeah, I mean, Khabib's one of the greatest of all time, and, like, he's going to be a straight-up matchup. He's super nightmare for Conor. Like, it's probably the worst matchup Conor could have. I mean, because he hasn't fought anyone like Khabib ever. Like, he's never fought anyone on that kind of fighting style. Like, think about who all Conor's fought. He's never fought anyone like that before. No.
So, you ready to jump into Bellator real quick?
No, let's get to it. Do we have an actual good card this week? I haven't really looked at it enough.
It depends on how you look at it.
Glass half empty, glass half full. Is that what we're going with?
Well, the way to look at it is it's a showcase card.
Okay. Well, I'm okay with that. I like showcases.
Yeah, it's a showcase card. So
last time we had a showcase card, I think we had that was the one in Hungary, wasn't it? And that was the last good showcase Bellator card.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, with Adam Boric.
Yeah, with Boric.
Yeah, so this is going to be a showcase card for for 3 undefeated guys and Darian Caldwell. So the opening fight is Taiwan Claxton versus Chris Lencioni. I'm not sure how to say it. He's 4-1. This is his first fight in Bellator. Claxton 2-0. So
probably Claxton.
Yeah, Claxton. This is 2-0, both by knockout.
Yeah. So we could kick is that the main card or the prelims?
No, it's the main card.
So that could kick the main card off. We could kick the main card off with a nice little knockout to get it started.
Yeah, Claxton also has a really good nickname.
What's his nickname?
This is going to be a throwback for you. Speedy Claxton.
Speedy Claxton. Nice.
You remember Speedy Claxton, man?
That's a pretty good one.
Back in the day playing for the Sixers?
Yeah. Speedy Claxton.
I think he played for some other teams too, but...
He was a journeyman, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Sixers, Spurs, Warriors, Hornets, Hawks. He's currently an assistant coach at Hofstra.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Claxton on that one.
Yeah, I'll take Claxton.
I don't usually think that a guy that's coming straight out of the whatever rankings that he's at comes straight into Bellator and beat the dude that's already 2-0.
Yeah, then we have another dude making his Bellator debut.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me recheck that real quick. Okay, Lencioni is not making his debut.
So he already fought one.
He's 1-1 and he's coming off a decision loss. His win is a first round submission win.
I'm gonna go with Claxton.
I'll take Claxton. I got it mixed up with this next fight. a guy making his Bellator debut at 10-1, Ricky Bandejas, going up against James Gallagher.
Pretty Ricky versus James Gallagher.
Yeah.
Wow, James Gallagher?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know Gallagher was on this card.
Yeah, he's coming off 3 straight submissions, 2 in a row in the first round. James Gallagher on this card.
There's absolutely no way I'm going to pick against Gallagher.
No, he's supposedly the guy in line at bantamweight in Bellator. He's like the guy that they're hoping takes over.
Why so low on the card?
Well, when I get to the other fight on the card, there's only 4 fights.
Okay. So this is number 2, right?
Yeah, that's number 2.
So are you debating this, or do you think he deserves to be the third fight?
James Gallagher deserves to be the third fight because I've seen this other guy fight on multiple occasions.
I'm sure I have too.
And he's looked really good. He's another contender.
Okay.
So AJ Matthews 9-7. In Bellator, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's 5-5 in Bellator.
9-7.
Yeah, so he's 5-5 in Bellator.
This guy's gonna get pasted.
Is going up against Logan Storley.
Oh God, he's gonna get destroyed.
Undefeated 8-0. Logan Storley.
Last time we watched Storley, you and I were thoroughly impressed. I remember that.
I know it went to a decision last time, but he was up against Joaquin Buckley, who was no joke.
No, but it was a hell of a fight. I remember we were like, damn, Storley's legit.
Yeah, so I'm taking Storley.
Well, so what a shock. Another Bellator and E-Middle and Bart picked the same fucking guys.
So the main event, the bantamweight champion, Darren Caldwell, who I'm going to assume at this point has been called out by James Gallagher after James Gallagher gets the win. Yes,
I hope so.
I hope so, too. Is fighting Noad Lahat. 12-3, coming off of a win versus Jeremiah Labiano. He's 3-1. Yeah, he's 3-1 in Bellator. 2 submissions, 2 decisions.
Yeah, he's not fought anyone like Caldwell, though.
Darren Caldwell has 1 loss by submission to Joe Tominglo, which he avenged, and then followed up with wins over Eduardo Dantas and Leandro Higo.
Yeah.
Also has a win over Joe Warren on his resume.
Yeah. Definitely one of the pound-for-pound best Bellator fighters right now.
I mean, there's so many things he does good. He's a submission artist. He's got striking. He's a suplex machine, by the way. If you want to talk about Suplex City.
Yeah. Oh, it's him.
This is a guy that will take you to Suplex City. He is fighting up a weight class.
I was going to ask. I feel like he's definitely fighting a different... Because he didn't get a title. What happened with that? Like, isn't he supposed to be like... He's already the champ, isn't he?
He's the bantamweight champion. He's fighting up at featherweight right here.
Yeah, why the fuck are they not having him defend his title?
I don't think there's anyone for him.
It's true. I mean, there really isn't. I don't think this guy's going to be much of a contest either, though.
I don't either. I think what this really is a test at a new weight class. Yeah, if he wins this one, he'll probably get a title shot. I mean, Eduardo Dantas deserves a shot, actually, now that I look at it. But he's beaten Eduardo Dantas.
Yep, he has.
I don't really know, man.
So is there any possible way that you pick against our boy?
Oh, there's not a chance, man. I have to pick Darren Caldwell.
Oh! Absolutely. I agree.
All right, so that does it this week, man. Well, for the Tuesday show.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got another one, pretty much PFL. I guess it's just going to be the PFL Friday show. Thanks to the UFC. Well, what day is the The Bellator is Friday, right?
That I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Bellator's on Friday.
Okay. Well, I mean, we already did our picks there, so we kind of killed that. So I guess we're going to be PFL Friday.
Yeah, I mean, PFL this week, we got Kayla Harrison back in action.
Oh, gee. I can't believe they actually found somebody that had the courage to fight her. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, that was one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen.
Yeah,
It was out of control. Like, the girl, I felt so bad for the girl that Kayla Harrison fought. Like, she got her ass beat the entire time.
By the way, this one's on my birthday on Thursday, homie.
Nice.
So
what are you turning?
Dirty 30, baby.
The Dirty 30. Welcome to the Dirty 30 Club.
So guys that we have on this card, on the main card, on the undercard, we have Rick Story and Jake Shields closing out the undercard on here.
Did the Horror Story or Jake Shields make the playoffs?
Well, this is their second fight. Jake Shields has 0 points, but Horror Story has 3. He won a decision. God, Jake Shields fell off so hard. Do you remember when Jake Shields was fighting GSP and everyone thought GSP was going to lose to Jake Shields? How'd that turn out?
I sure as hell wasn't one of those guys.
So, we have, starting off with Yoel Zeffirino, who is coming off a 6-point performance, going up against Yuri Velafort.
Is this the last round?
Yes.
So this is the end of the regular season. So postseason starts, 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, these are we're going to have welterweights and middleweights. But the entire main card is welterweights, with the exception of Kayla Harrison.
Good job by them putting her back on, because she was awesome.
So then we have Abubakar Nurmagomedov against Jonathan Weston. Neither one of these guys have any points. Abubakar looked pretty good in a loss to Pavlo Kush. Remember, Kush came out and fucking exploded him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so, they've changed Kayla Harrison's fight.
Who's she fighting?
Josette Cotton.
I thought you were about to say Jose Calderon. Like, gotta put that girl against men. She's fucking every woman up.
Josette Cotton, 8-1. Pulled her picture up. She looks like she is fighting at this weight because she ate too many hamburgers.
Poor girl. So is she a Tanya Evander special?
She's 8-1 in her career, but yeah, Kayla Harrison better wreck you.
She's gonna get destroyed, dude. She is going to get destroyed.
Yeah. So then
I feel bad for the people that go against her. Like, I really don't think there's anyone that can beat her. Like, I wonder if she's going to go to Bellator or the UFC soon.
There's nobody for her to fight, dude.
Oh yeah, she's too big, isn't she?
She's a weight class. She's like 2 weight classes above Chris Cyborg.
Oh Jesus, that's a savage woman.
She fights at 155.
They need to open up a weight class for her. They need to have the Kayla Harrison like Cyborg special, like they did for Cyborg.
Yeah.
Open up a weight class in the UFC for her, because she deserves to be a champion. She's a fucking animal.
So then after that we get 6 points versus 5 points in Magomed Karamov versus Bojan Velikovich. I don't remember seeing either one of these guys fight in the first round. They're probably on the prelims.
Yeah, I don't remember any of those. Those names do not sound familiar.
But this may be the first time that we have 2 dudes in the main event that I'm really looking forward to this fight.
Who do we have?
Ray Cooper versus Pavlo Kush.
Oh, that's a good one. That might be the best one they've had yet for the PFL.
Yeah, I think so. Who was it? Ray Cooper. Ray Cooper knocked out Jake Shields.
Yeah. Oh God, he wrecked him.
Yeah, he wrecked him, and then Pavlo Kush wrecked Abubakar.
Yeah. So that's going to probably be the best PFL fight they've had all season.
That's the most excited I've been for a PFL fight this season.
Yeah, agreed. And I'm excited Kayla Harrison's back on the card, too, because that girl's fun to watch.
I am. That'll be fun. So join us back Friday, and we'll break down the action from this. We'll take a look at who's advancing to the playoffs, who's on the bubble, and who's out.
Yeah, and any kind of UFC or Bellator news that breaks, we got you covered.
Yep, so you know where to download our podcast everywhere podcasts are available. Our social media links are in the description. We'll see you back Friday. Until then, stay savage.
Stay savage, motherfucker.